Hey guys, welcome back to Mike's RC Corner. Today, going back aviation style, just doing a quick little video about quadcopter I purchased. I got this from Banggood for under $100. This is the Syma X6 Quadcopter. It's fairly big in size. It has 4 brushed motors. Is LiPo powered. Comes with a radio here. It runs on 4 AA batteries. It is 2.4 gigahertz technology, so it's not infrared, which some quadcopters run off of. I believe they advertise this to have about 100 meters distance for length of distance between radio and the quad. Just want to quickly go over the foam body is pretty sturdy, keeps it out of trouble. You'll see that this thing flies very steady, is very stable. Haven't really taken out on a really windy day, but I had it out in some 20-kilometer-hour wind conditions, and this thing held up very well. Just want to show you underneath that it has LED lights that flash to help you with the orientation. As you can see, it has white blades on the front and 2 red on the rear. Also, in case you break any, which would be a pretty hard thing to do other than leaving it throttling on when it's crashed. It came with spare blades, which is pretty cool. Underneath it has a 2-cell LiPo. It's in a saddle. It uses JST style plugs, so it's pretty standard size. Earlier before, you see my Zippy that I purchased as a backup battery for my boat, the WL911 from WL Toys. This battery will fit into this quadcopter to give me extra runtime. I believe it's a 100 or 1000 milliamp battery. This one is 850, so it gets you about 7 minutes of flying time. Other than that, I just want to quickly tell you that the landing gear is actually a little flimsy, so I hit it all. I ended up breaking one on a landing, and it wasn't even a rough landing, but it was a little awkward. It came in on a one angle. So some shoe goo. I shoe gooed them all up to give them more stability, and so far so good with that. Last thing I want to point out with this RC is on the radio here. When you bind to the quad itself, you can use the trims if need be, if it's floating one way or drifting one way or the other. You can also have a mode button here, so it defaults in 20% mode for a beginner who would be sort of like me, who hasn't flown too many RCs, and you can bump that up to higher sensitivity, which gives you more control, and it becomes more responsive, but also more prone to crashing and getting yourself into aerial stunts. So it's something where as you progress along in your skill on flying this and becoming more comfortable, you can bump up the sensitivity and this thing will come alive more. One last thing, this shoulder button here on the right, you hold it and press a direction and the quadcopter will do a flip in the air. Is probably needs only about 6 feet in total altitude to do the complete flip and stabilize. It's a real cool feature, especially for a beginner flyer who can pull a trick like that. I hovered over a neighbor's yard while they were having a bonfire, started it up at dusk, and they were laughing at the tricks I was pulling overhead. It was a lot of fun, and people are mesmerized with this kind of setup, and it was a lot of fun, and it draws a lot of interest, and it's caught my eye. I have the mini Hudson that you also did a review on, so if you want to check back down the channel, you can check that out too. It comes with a video camera. One last thing I will say is I have a cheap HD camera. It's not a GoPro, it's a Polaroid. It's fairly light. I will be strapping it on and taking it up so you get an aerial view from this quad. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I've done a little research, and this thing has more than enough power to lift that camera up. So be on the lookout for some flying videos of this and a final review. So thanks again, guys, for checking out the channel. Please subscribe, give me likes, comments. I've tried to get to everybody as soon as possible. Also hit up the Facebook page. We can carry on RC conversations there too, and follow stuff that's going on in the RC world off the Facebook pages. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.